Whenever my friends ask for good manhwa recommendations, I barely had any. The reason is simple. I prefer color over black and white art. No offense to anyone. It's just a personal thing of mine. So if you are engaged in the world of webtoons, or just getting started, here are a few suggestions you can look into. But before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We kickstart our list with Unordinary, My Hero Academia fans. This entry is for you all. World is not a perfect place. Each of us has flaws. We need to understand that it's just a normal part of life. In a world where everyone has incredible abilities and power defines everything. Whereas our MC John, an unordinary human being, has nothing. Tries to survive in high school, ruled by high-powered elite students, while trying to keep a low profile. The main character reminds me of someone I know. Can you guess who it could be? Yes, the MC of Snafu. There are no cliches, at least for me. The story also feels like a roller coaster. So anyone looking for a good superhero webtoon, then grab some popcorn, because this would be one hell of a roller coaster. Moving on with one heck of an entry, the Constellation that returned from hell. Our MC loves training. The only thing he could think of was to get better than the previous day. He picks fights with the opponent much stronger than him. One day he gets an offer from the god. Without thinking, MC accepted the offer, so that he trained even harder and became stronger. On the first day he was caught by the heavy storm and sent to the abyss. After staying in hell for thousands of years, enduring all the hardship, he came back to Earth. Now he needs to protect his planet from being swallowed by celestial beings. The manhwa reminds me of an isekai, anime cautious hero, which looks like a parody version of this manhwa. There were other anime references as well. Number 8 Bastard. Jin Seon is a pale-looking schoolboy, shy by nature, don't have any friends at school, whereas his father, known as a big public figure, was admired by everyone. But there is a secret only MC knows about. Basically, his father is a serial killer. He lures the woman into his room and knocks her down with the help of a hammer and force MC to do all the killing. You can say this main character has committed the crime unknowingly, because his father told him they are bad guys, and it is normal to kill them. The story is not too complicated, but at the same time it also has a lot of twists and turns. MC keeps continuing the killing until he meets Kyun, his classmate. She is the next target of his father, and MC decided to save her. Was he able to save her? For that you need to read the manhwa. On number 7 we have Lumine. In a world where werewolves and witches coexist with normal human beings, due to special magical abilities witches have, they have to go to a special school to learn more about magic. On the other hand, werewolves are good at physical work, one of which is the main protagonist of our story, Lumine, a young werewolf trying to survive in this world, who had not been very kind towards him. He meets Cody, a young witch boy. His father takes a liking to Lumine and hires him as his son bodyguard. Against Cody's wish, both were enrolled in magic school, where they had to constantly deal with bullies. I would say treat this manhwa as a cute fantasy story. The art style is decent enough, and for fantasy lovers, this might be to your liking. Next on list we have Memorize, going into another world, living a life full of regrets, finally able to get a chance to go back and correct all those mistakes. I think I heard it somewhere. Yes, redo of healer in a parallel universe. Our MC was summoned into another world. There he fought for 10 years and became the world's strongest player. But at what cost? All his friends die, and our MC ends up living alone. Finally, with all those sacrifices, MC got his hands on Apex, which can grant him any wish. Now our MC goes 10 years back in time, where it all begins. But this time main character wants to save all his friends. If you ever wonder what a redo of the healer normal version looks like, then this manhwa has a lot to offer, apart from those fan service things, of course. Number 5 Taming Master. Welcome to yet another story of VR gaming. Our MC is a game addict who plays the world's best VR game, Kailan. Despite having a low level our MC easily defeated players ranked much higher than him. Soon he was assigned a task to capture the beast. One after another main character was able to capture high-level beasts easily, which gave him a title of Taming Master. However, the real problem is grades. Despite having level 93 in the game, he needs to start studying if he wants to avoid another F in college. The story is decent, and the MC is overpowered. Still, there are some challenges he needs to face in order to defeat other top-class players to become world's champion. Moving forward, we have Rooftop Sword Master. Revenge story is always a sweet read, especially when MC beats a sheet out of bad guys. MC was beaten badly by his classmate and put into a coma. Due to their high status, his classmate got away without being punished. After 9 long months, MC wake up from the coma and came to know about his father that he has committed a suicide in an attempt to get justice for his son. Here onwards, the story takes a 2 years jump, and instead of starting in isekai, MC gets his power in this world. How cool is that? Main character was living on a rooftop. Suddenly one day a giant sword appeared in the center of the rooftop with God's whisper. Now the only thing left is MC needs to get trained and complete his revenge story. On number 3, I Am The Sorcerer King. 10 years ago, a rift opened the portal where monsters started coming on Earth. Lucky for humans, they got some superpowers in exchange. But sadly, not all humans became superheroes. Some even went into a coma and never awakened. Unlucky for our MC, he fell victim to both. Not having any powers, also his mother went into a coma. That leads to high medical expenses. Now he started doing various jobs to pay for his living and his mother's medical bills. Soon bad things have ended. During a monster attack, our MC was able to know about his previous life, that he is the Sorcerer King, and now wants to fully awaken his powers from previous life and want his mother to completely recover. Moving towards the end, at number 2 we have Lookism. I bet you have heard about multiple personality disorder, but what if I tell you to have multiple bodies disorder? Sounds fishy, right? Park Hyung-suk is a 17-year high school kid living at the bottom of the food chain, been brutally bullied and constantly discriminated against for his looks. In order to run away from all this, he asks her mother to transfer him to another school. While talking about his mother, she is the best, loving, caring, and protective towards his son. Did everything so our MC can live happily. Anyway, back to the story. One day, our MC wakes in a whole new body, much better than his existing one. There are some rules to follow. You can read the manual for that. And thus began the new chapter of a high school action. Wrapping up at last, we have the beginning after the end. The story of this manhwa is somewhat the same as we know. In the anime world, the perfect isekai entry, jobless reincarnation. It's about King Gray, who had unrivaled strength, wealth, and prestige in his world, now got reborn in another world. As a baby, we get to see our protagonist grow from the start, getting better in each passing day. As you might guess, the boy will become excellent in magic and master other abilities like swordsmanship also. Unlike Mushoku Tensei, the art style is average. I don't feel bored or anything, and also the character development is pretty badass, especially for our MC Sung Ji-woo. Alright, that is it for today. Before leaving, I want you to leave a sweet comment down below. Lately it has become a hobby of mine to read comments of each and every one of you. It's the most satisfying thing to engage with all the awesome people around the globe. Also, to support the channel, you can like and subscribe for more videos like this. Till next time, see you soon. Peace.